Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to a new video. Something cool today, which will be a good sign for the new season. No tanks. Korea's jungle meta did a massive U-turn this patch. Before it was kind of like, can you build Cinderhulk? Can you sit back, get out farmed, get out played, and still win a game? But most importantly, do you come up under the tank filter in champion select? If you do, there you go. Then that is what you're going to pick. In all seriousness, that was pretty much it. Now though, we have one surviving tank, Cho'Gath. Actually, he wasn't even in the top 10 before, but now he's shot up. The other top 10 are all damage champions. We are back to the carry meta in the jungle. Even Gregus, right, has actually ditched the Cinderhulk build and gets Runic Echoes now with Iceborne Gauntlet as his first two items. That is his best build. This means in Season 8 and in pre-season, we're at least going to start off in a carry jungle meta with more exciting games. So right now, this patch, Koreans have hacked their client. They've actually removed the tank filter and they've swapped it for damage only. So what's the difference? So like Korean games have shifted now. Junglers are popping off more and snowballing more games. Maybe this would explain it a little bit better. So on average, with these damage junglers, I'm going to show you how long the games last. 33 to 35% of games end before 25 minutes. 27% of them roughly end between 25 and 30 minutes. 20 to 25% of games end between 30 and 35 minutes. 12% between 35 and 40 minutes. And only 5 or 6% go longer than 40 minutes. So a whopping 60% of games on average end before 30 minutes into a game, before people can get even like 3 items. The game has sped up again. It's more aggressive. Tanks aren't there to slow the pace of the game. Sensor supports aren't there to slow the game down and cut your damage. Damage is back. Carry junglers, damage junglers are back. So who are these mysterious top 10 that I keep talking about, right? ZHAO is number 1. You complete your Trinity Force, 61% win rate. Complete your Steroic, 64% win rate. NIDALEE has her 3 most common core builds at the moment, all over a 60% win rate this patch. Athene's Lichbane is the new go-to for her, and this is giving her the insane early game. SHACO is back now, close to 70% win rates with the 30 Shiv builds. The difference here is that he's actually one of the most optimal mid-game junglers. That is where his damage is most effective. ELISE has shot back up again. Top 5 for both popularity and win rate right now. Having both is really the mark of an actual good champion. TARVAN is one of the biggest surprises and not at the same time. So the most popular jungler right now picked in almost 25% of games, which is ridiculous. But the more stupid part is how his win rate has spiked up next to that play rate. The guy is played more by more new players and actually winning more as well. Like Warrior, Cleaver, Guardian Angel, as an example, as a 3-item combination, has won 75% of games this patch so far. REKSAI is basically the AD version of ELISE, one of the best early game champions alongside her and NIDALEE. They go full damage here, like Warrior, Cleaver into Titanic or Guardian Angel or Sterix, all close to 65% win rates. Jax is kind of the exception from these top 10. Bloodrazor Trinity into more damage or tanky. He is better late game than early game, but this is normally where we would have picked a tank instead of team fights. Not anymore, we're picking Jax. RENGAR is similar to SHACO, best when he has 2 items to one-shot people and take over the game in fights that way. Ezreal and Lee Sin are also better, by the way. These guys are played so often though, and by people who are bad at them but just have fun with them, so they bring the win rate down. Getting to 3 items on Ezreal is like a 60% win rate over there at the moment, and Lee Sin is actually winning a lot more games when you build him full damage, not tank items anymore. Some of these were popular last patch as well, but the thing is, like, these are now the dominating junglers, which we weren't seeing before, not even close. So what happened, apart from being like able to end games earlier, but like why can they end earlier? Sejuani and Rammus were too tanky for these carry junglers. Any 2v2 fights would have been lost. It was a really big thing that nobody looked at. Every time you gank, there is a chance that they're going to pop out and win the 2v2. That's horrible. You can't invade them either. They shut down the snowball really, and nerfing them just a little bit means these carry junglers have the edge now. You can actually fight them. It's also actually the support meta changing. With Ardent Sensor not being as strong, so final nerfs that came in, like almost 60% of games now have a tanky, aggressive support in them with Ignite. Thresh, Alistar, Blitzcrank, or Leona. These champions do 4 specific things. It's easier to gank bot lane. They can set up plays. They actually have crowd control. They are actually designed to fight bot lane, and they bring Ignite. They're a frontline in team fights. They're not mages. They can actually soak damage and be at the front, which means you can flank and get to the back line with your damage. They bring Engage for team fights. All of these supports come with ways to engage, so you don't have to, and this actually made carry junglers lose a lot of games before this patch. It might sound a little bit strange, but you might be ahead as a damage jungler, but if you can't use that damage, if you can't engage, like with the sensor support, then you would have no way to start fights and you wouldn't be able to win. Finally, they counter sensor support, so they're going to be picked a little bit less, put behind in lane anyway versus the Ignite, gonna die a few times. That means when you jump in, you are not faced with a million shields and heals to block your damage. Funny, but sensor wasn't just killing the bot lane meta, it was actually killing carry junglers just as much as tanks were, to be honest. So that is how and why the Korean jungle meta changed overnight so much. Thank you for watching, lads. Remember to like the video and share it if you enjoyed it. It really helps me out, but I'll catch you all tomorrow.